It's a tension in my shoulders. I fucking hate it. It's fun when you like have it all figured out, and then the voice comes back and says, now you know, and technically you don't have it figured out, but like, you know, you finally have a grasp on this demon, this disease, whatever you want to call it. I've called it several things. I've written several songs about it. They're not out or anything like that. You won't find them anywhere. But yeah, no, I've used those different metaphors. It's all the same shit. Yeah, it's just this thing that keeps attacking me every time I get to a place where I feel like I'm okay. You know, like truly okay. Like there's like it's like, you know, okay. A lot of it does have to do with when I go to the grind part of things, because it's very much once I finally okay, just being as is. That's just not even about grind. We'll get through this. Like, just being as is, as I am, especially when I was in treatment, is all good. But the second it's like, okay, let's actually progress, because like technically it's, yeah, I say progression, but it's more like a lot of the progress I was making was just being okay with I am right now. But now it's time to move forward with stuff, you know. And I say grind because a lot of it does have to do with like the music and stuff like that. But even simple things like really delving into my hobbies more again. I mean, music is one of them, but like just, you know, so I convinced myself it was just the grind set at first, but it was really just letting myself really delve into everything instead of just talking to people and watching YouTube videos, and that's all I was doing. and smoking a stogie. That was it, you know. But I'm talking about really delving into things, playing video games, you know, fucking killing motherfuckers on there in the virtual thing, and not really, not really doing. There's so many times, it's particularly in school where we'd have these conversations about, video games. Talk about like, especially if you talk about Grand Theft Auto, or if you didn't know what we were talking about, you think we're fucking psychopaths. Yeah, but no. Doing that, you know, really getting into those things, then's the real battle. I mean, they say for addiction, yeah, the real one is the one that the worst thing, the one that causes relapse the most is boredom. And yeah, definitely, and that's a universal one. But for me personally, it's just, me trying to flip the script when it comes to doing the things that I want. Because before, when I tried to do the things that I want, there was always a voice in the back of my head telling me I can't do those things because of certain experiences I had in my teen years, particularly. And what alcohol really did a lot of time was let me have fun doing those things. Let me loosen up. Let me play some video games, chill out, do the things I want to do. The unfortunate thing is when trying to produce an album while drunk is not exactly going to come out pretty. I still wrote good shit, like music-wise, but like, I'm not just blaming drunkenness on my inability to be that good of a producer. It's also just me, just like, I need to, actually learn how to properly do it. I've only learned, by ear and by, my own natural talent. And I guess if you go off that, the fact that I never actually properly learned it, it's actually pretty impressive. So now I say it out loud, I'm actually technically really good at it, considering the circumstances. But just doing those things I wanted to do, the drinking just helped alleviate that. It would turn on me, and that's why I don't want to go back to it, absolutely. But like, the reason I did it in the first place was and it didn't always work. My anxiety is so powerful that even when I was drinking, a lot of times it still broke through enough for me to I was a very happy drunk for like the first year, but then after that, it was just constant, misery, because now it was like the self-sabotage actually got worse over time because I was letting myself loose up more because of alcohol. Just all that shit. But yeah, that's the real challenge for me, is letting me dive into those things without that voice, that demon, that devil just sitting there just being like, you don't deserve this. You're not allowed to do this. You need to do this, this, and this before you're even, before you're even worthy of doing something like that. And it can be something as simple as playing fucking Halo. That's it. And my fucking, that voice will still fuck with me like that. That's when it will fuck with me the most. And that's the most fucked thing, is that's what makes my situation kind of more unique than a lot of other people's as a result. So that's what kind of makes me feel alone in it, despite I know a lot of people have had similar feelings as me. But yeah, no, right now, obviously I'm getting too hooked. Oh, God. When you experience a lot of anxiety and burnout, you actually burp more. That's actually a symptom some people don't know. Anyway, also, muscles are tense and I'm having difficulty holding the camera right now. Just for now, once I calm back down, I feel better. But like right now, it's like I turned this on. It not peak anxiety, but I definitely was anxious. Really anxious. I still am. But clearly, that's why I'm talking about this. Not anxious, but just kind of like hating myself too, which I know I shouldn't. But it's just, this constant battle with this thing that's just been on my shoulders, like literally causing tension for God knows how long. The weight of the world, all that kind of shit. We don't even need to get into all that about me, but like, yeah, it's such, it feels like a unique, it probably isn't, and this is like the first time I've ever really fully explained it. Maybe if I explained it to my therapist the way I'm explaining it here, I would get better clarity about it, but also I gotta wait till fucking Saturday to do that. As the time of recording this video, it's a Wednesday, so yeah. I'm not getting the best hours lately at work. I do have to swing by the branch at some point, so try to like use that as an opportunity to get a little more hours, because I have to at some point. It's not super urgent, but I might as well, since technically my day would probably be done at fucking noon. I get maybe 5 hours max of work. Anyway, I'm getting way off topic. Yeah, the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, therapy. So yeah, no, maybe if I explain it that way, maybe I get a little more, I don't know, it's a very unique problem to me whenever it's because a lot of it is not truly having anything to fight with. That's what causes that. I hate that I constantly have to have something fucked happening in my life to actually weirdly get my mind right on the things I want to do. When it's like I'm really going through something, when I'm broken hearted about something. Actually, I don't want to say that. That's kind of part of the reason I started drinking again. But like just something real difficult or just whatever, an actual like obstacle was right there in front of my face in real life. Then I'm like really on it about everything. But if I don't have that, it's so easy. It's just, to just not coast, but part of that, sure, but it's just like the humans need struggle, and it will really instantly default to the really fucked shit instead of the productive struggles or whatever it is. And you gotta force yourself to do the productive things. And I'm not just talking about like work or something like that. I'm just talking about just whatever your definition of productive is for you, do that. and it's really hard to do that when you don't really have much going on. It's so easy just to, one, it's easy to be lazy, obviously, but it's just really easy for me personally to just let that devil back in and bully me. And it feels like it sets me back every time it fucking does it. I can make all the progress in the world, but the second I let those in-between moments happen, not in-between moments happen, they're gonna happen regardless, but when I let those, when I look too deeply into those, as part of it, definitely, I try to find the deeper meaning in things that probably don't have one, and I just, fall apart and just beat myself up, and I can't do even the simplest things at a certain point if I let it get to that point. And I guess it's the fear of letting it get to that point that keeps me on edge like this. And eliminating that fear has been the most difficult thing for me. I know it's the best thing because you tend to like, and I've known from experience, the thing you're afraid of tends to happen when when you put all your fear into it, because you're always gonna be a little bit afraid of it, but like when you really like you dwell in that and like the thing you fear the most you dwell on, chances are you're gonna manifest that, and you're gonna just, you know, self-fulfilling prophecy. And it comes up in crazy ways. You don't think you have that power to do that, but you fucking do. It's wild. You know, the kind of ways you just fuck your whole life up by just being afraid. And not being afraid, like, cowering, you know, because I'm not doing that, but, like, just having that fear just constantly be here will make you start to push things in that direction just to kind of make it happen, so you can find this weird sense of relief in the fact that the thing you were afraid of happened. But it's not, you don't feel relief at all, really. The complete opposite of that, but there's a part of your brain that's like, oh yes, finally the bad thing I thought was gonna happen happened. So yeah, that's me today. Yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna title these. Like, that's me today. That's because you know, tomorrow you might get a different version of me. You know, and it's not gonna be that much different, but different enough. And you know, let's get through this. Yeah, my throat's really dry right now. Anywho, yeah, that's about it for now. Yeah.